My dear students of Degree 2 Subsidiary, this is one English grammar class for you. I know in your syllabus you have to learn prepositions, non-finite verbs, and common errors. So today we will discuss some prepositions. Basically, I plan to first give you a list of very common prepositions, a list of 20 common prepositions which you should learn. Not only learn the preposition, you should learn how to use them also. They are at, in, on, across, along, over, through, above, below, under, between, among, by, beside, with, during, for, throughout, until, besides. I repeat: at, in, on, across, along, over, through, above, below, under, between, among, by, beside, with, during, for, throughout, until, besides. So you need to learn their use also. But today basically I want to focus on the three prepositions at, in, and on. At, in, and on are used as prepositions of place, and also at, on, and in are used as prepositions of time. So these three prepositions, are sometimes very confusing. So today we will focus on these three prepositions as prepositions of place and prepositions of time. So first we start with at, in, and on as prepositions of place. I request you to carefully listen to this discussion because you will really learn to use at, in, and on as prepositions of place. So be attentive. We use at to talk about a place we think of as a point rather than an area, and about an event where there is a group of people. I repeat, we use at to talk about a place we think of as a point rather than an area, and about an event where there is a group of people. Now, the examples will make it very clear. So, the first example is I arrived at New Delhi at 7:30. I arrived at New Delhi at 7:30. We were waiting at the far end of the room. We last met at the conference in Italy. There were very few people at Ram's party. Now I'll repeat the four examples again for you to differentiate and understand. What I said, it focuses on a point rather than an area, and also about an event where there is a group of people. So the example first is I arrived at New Delhi at 7:30. We last met at the conference in Italy. So look at the use of at. The conference at Italy at New Delhi station. The second examples, the two set of examples are we were waiting at the far end of the room. There were very few people at Ram's party. We use on to talk about a position touching a flat surface or on something we think of as a line such as a road or river. We use on to talk about a position touching a flat surface or on something we think of as a line such as a road or river. Examples: is that a spider on the ceiling. Notice we also say on the wall, on the floor. She owns a house on the Ganga river. Is that a spider on the ceiling? She owns a house on the Ganga river. We use in to talk about a position within a large area or something within a larger space. So where do we use in? We use in to talk about a position within a larger area or something within a larger space. Examples: there has been another big forest fire in California. There has been another big forest fire in California. She looked again in her bag, and to her relief, there were her keys. She looked again in her bag, and to her relief, there were her keys. So, what we saw: at, on, and in, how they are being used as the prepositions of place. Now, we will see some other examples. We will also study how at, in, and on are used in these examples, in these sentences. So concentrate and listen to these sentences very, very carefully. My dream is to play at Wankhede Stadium. My dream is to play at Wankhede Stadium. Now seen as a point. Didn't I see you in the pool yesterday? Either seen as within the pool itself or as a building which is a point in town. Now look at, you can use both here. Didn't I see you in the pool yesterday? Didn't I see you at the pool yesterday? Now the meaning changes. When we say didn't I see you in the pool yesterday, so here the person is being seen in the pool itself or as the building which is a point in town. At the pool yesterday means near the pool. He lives in Benares, within the city. We stopped in and at, both can be used. We stopped in at Milan, Florence, and Pisa on your way to Rome. We stopped at Milan, Florence, and Pisa on the way to Rome. Now, what is the difference? We use at when we see the cities as points on a journey, and in when we see them as enclosed areas where we stayed for some time. So, in depicts that we stayed there for some time, enclosed in that enclosed area we stayed. And at means we use at when we see the cities as points. We stopped at Milan, Florence, and Pisa on our way to Rome. We stopped in Milan means we really stayed there. So here at and in, now the difference has to be understood. Both can be used. Both are correct. Same here. They were a great success in Edinburgh. They were a great success at Edinburgh. When we say at, we can use at when we use a place name. They were a great success at Edinburgh. They were a great success in Edinburgh. Instead of an institution or event, here the Edinburgh Festival suggests the city. In suggests the city, the place. Now, look at this example. I read the paper in the taxi on the way. For travel using taxis and cars. So here I read the paper in the taxi on the way. I'll probably go on the bus. For travel using bus, coach, plane or train, but we use in if we want to emphasize inside the bus. If I say I'll probably go in the bus, it will mean that you want to go inside the bus. But when you say I'll probably go on the bus, this is for the travel purpose, that I can use bus, coach, plane, or train. But we use in if we want to emphasize inside the bus, etc. So these examples basically tell you that prepositions of place, when we use at, in, and on, we have to exactly know how to use them. Now we will do a quick exercise and see if the rules, if the definition, if the examples have remained with us, could we understand these examples or not. So you have to complete the sentences with at, on, and in. I'll be reading the sentences very slowly for you to understand and learn the use also. But I'll be doing the exercise for you, and you can practice it again and again to learn the uses of at, in, and on as prepositions of place. First, listen to the words. Let me go very slowly with the words, which you need to fill in the blanks. The pitch, parties, this booklet, the table, the main road, a dinner, this country, his pocket, the top end, your lawn, the opera house, Bombay. I'll repeat the words again very slowly so that if you want to write down in your notebook, please do. The pitch, parties, this booklet, the table, the main road, a dinner, this country, his pocket, the top end, your lawn, the opera house, Bombay. Now these words you have to use with the prepositions at, on, and in. I will read the sentences using blank first. If you want to try yourself, you can put a pause on this audio and struggle with the exercise. Try to fill in the blanks, and after that you can listen to the answers which I will be giving to you. So first I'll read the sentences with the blank. I bumped into Tim blank. I went to the other evening. I bumped into Tim blank. I went to the other evening. Number 2, the film was shot mainly blank in North Africa. He was undoubtedly the best player in the first half. Although he has been singing for ages, it will be the first time he has appeared blank. They live blank, so there is a lot of traffic going past. They live blank, comma, so there is a lot of traffic going past. Number 6. It will be the biggest event of its kind ever held blank. It will be the biggest event of its kind ever held blank. I know that people like to dress up blank, but that is ridiculous. I know that people like to dress up blank, comma, but that is ridiculous. Number 8. Bill lived blank of my street. Bill lived blank of my street. Number 9. The information blank is out of date. Number 10. Do you know that there is a rabbit blank comma, and it's eating your flowers? Do you know that there is a rabbit, blank, comma, and it's eating your flowers? Number 11. He put his hand, blank, and took out some coins. He put his hand, blank, and took out some coins. Number 12. Who has moved my briefcase? Who has moved my briefcase? I left it blank. Who has moved my briefcase? I left it blank. Now, these are the sentences. I will take a small pause of 3 seconds so that you can put a pause and try answering this exercise, trying to fill in the blanks with at, in, on, along with these words. Yes. Now you can again listen to the answers carefully. I bumped into Tim at a dinner I went to the other evening. So it is at a dinner. I bumped into Tim at a dinner I went to the other evening. The film was shot mainly in, actually there is a mistake here. It is not Bombay. It is Tunisia. Tunisia. So the film was shot mainly in Tunisia in North Africa. The film was shot mainly in Tunisia in North Africa. The third one is he was undoubtedly the best player on the pitch in the first half. On the pitch. He was undoubtedly the best player on the pitch in the first half. Although he has been singing for ages, it will be the first time he has appeared at the Opera House. At the Opera House. They live on the main road, so there is a lot of traffic going past. On the main road. They live on the main road, so there is a lot of traffic going past. It will be the biggest event of its kind ever held in this country. It will be the biggest event of its kind ever held in this country. I know that people like to dress up at parties, but that is ridiculous. I know that people like to dress up at parties, but that is ridiculous. Bill lived at the top end of my street. Bill lived at the top end of my street. The information in this booklet is out of date. The information in this booklet is out of date. Number 10. Do you know that there is a rabbit on your lawn and it's eating your flowers? On your lawn. Do you know that there is a rabbit and it is eating your flowers? Number 11. He put his hand in his pocket and took out some coins. So it is in his pocket. He put his hand in his pocket and took out some coins. Who has moved my briefcase? I left it on the table. Who has moved my briefcase? I left it on the table. So, quickly I will just read the answer. Number 1, at a dinner. Number 2, in Tunisia. Number 3, on the pitch. Number 4, at the Opera House. Number 5, on the main road. Number 6, in the country. Number 7, at parties. Number 9, at the top end. Number 8 at the top end. Number 9 in this booklet. Number 10 on your lawn. Number 11 in his pocket. Number 12 on the table. So we saw the use of at, in, and on as prepositions of place. And at times they are highly confusing. You get confused where to use at, where to use in, and where to use on. So it's matter of practice. If you listen to it again and again, you will get some idea of how to use at, in, and on as prepositions of place. Now, in my next class, I will talk about using at, in, and on as prepositions of time. So, for now, you are going to revise all the prepositions, learn more and more about the prepositions. But today we have seen at, in, and on as prepositions of place. We saw some examples, and through one exercise we saw how we use them. So best of luck, keep learning. I know you are not getting a chance to come to college and have the class regularly in your classroom. So I do hope that this audio will help you in revising your grammar, especially your prepositions. Thank you very much and best of luck.